All right, it is 8 o'clock my time, 9 o'clock ET, 6 o'clock Pacific, and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the inaugural match of the dark side of the boards, the Banjo-Tooie Memerboard tournament. We're in for a real treat here tonight. I'm your host, SHM. And I've got Brad with me on the mic. I'm about to undeafen, and we're about to roll with the punches here with some Memerboards. Okay, let me get going here. Hello, good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing?
I'm doing excellent.
Okay, great, awesome. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, let's go ahead and just introduce the tournament really quick for those who might not know anything about it. This is a tournament concerning the Memerboards of Banjo-Tooie. That's right, all the random miscellaneous categories that exist for this game. Individual jiggies, individual levels, collectibles, doing other random tasks. We're going to be testing these guys' random knowledge and routing abilities. So it should be a lot of fun. Because of the limited players, we have reduced the bracket down to just a single double elimination bracket, which means that as long as you don't lose twice, you're still in the tournament. Each of our players will be doing a best of 3 per match. The first of the 3 games will be a 30-minute category. The second of the 3 games will be a 60-minute category, up to 60 minutes. And then the third category, should it go to a nail-biting game 3, will be a random category selected between 30 to 120 minutes long. So these guys have known about their categories a week in advance so that they have had time to route and time things and figure out what they want to do or what they believe is fastest in order to succeed and move on in this tournament. And believe me, you want to move on in this tournament. This tournament has the highest prize pool out of any Banjo Race tournament that we have put on so far. We are starting with a whopping grand total of $650, meaning that first through third place has a lot of money to win. That is a $500 donation from myself to get us started. And Brandino, who joined the tournament, also threw down $150 to get us started. So if you're willing to put down more money for memes, as I know this community is, please get with me and we can add your desired total to the prize pool. Okay, with that being said, I think we're all ready to go. We know the stakes. We know what we're playing for. Welcome. For some reason, GDO's feed went away. There it is. Oh, I did forget to capture a live split. Maybe I should do that real quick.
Yeah, SHM put his whole Christmas bonus in for this tournament.
Yeah, the entirety of the Christmas bonus just went straight into Memerboards. Okay, let me do this. Oh, actually, that's a terrible layout. Let me do this instead. And we will close the splits. No. I just do. Okay, there we go. We'll just capture a blank live split. That works. Okay, window capture, live split. Control paste. Okay, I think we're good to go. Are you guys ready? Claire and GDO? Reminder, your first category today is Inferno Jiggy. We're going for Inferno Jiggy. All right, you guys are both ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, we will start game number 1 in 3, 2, 1, go. Good luck, guys.
Thank you. Good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Will we get the van or will we get
That is the question, isn't it, Brad? So they are working on Inferno Jiggy. As we all know, a individual Jiggy in Witchy World It is possible to collect this Jiggy with the van, as the van. However, it is not such an easy feat. Brad, do you want to tell them kind of how it works?
Yeah, so you pretty much have to slope abuse up the entire thing with the van. And then at the very top you have to get like the boost off of the hothead, jump high enough to get onto like the little ledge that you normally like backflip up to with BK. So
yeah, so normally, like in past bingos, even though it's possible to get the Jiggy with the van in bingo, it usually is not a strat people go for. It's not necessarily difficult, but it's a very finicky trick. Requires definitely some precise jump maneuverability, and again, that lovely push from the hothead. So we'll see. I know both runners have been practicing it. Will we see it happen from them or not? Will they decide to play it safe in the race? That is for us to see. MutantsAbyss with a nice green Klungo. Yeah, that was very good. GDO a little behind with the blue potion. He also did fail Mohill jump. This is nothing out of the ordinary for GDO.
obviously reset worthy.
Okay, so yeah, what does the beginner route look like? So for a lot of these Memerboards, we are going to see 8 Jiggy routes now that bit clips have been banned from the Memerboards. So the Jinjo pattern has also been locked for this tournament just to avoid any random match complications due to RNG. So they are locked into the White Jinjo and Jade Snake Grove with both oranges in MT pattern. The good news is that with Inferno Jiggy, they don't need grip grab. So for the most part, we're going to see an 8 Jiggy route today that consists of 6 to 5 Jiggies in GGM and 2 to 3 in MT, avoiding those Jinjos.
Nice red house jump from Claire there. This is expected to be like 20 to 30 minutes, right?
Yes, this first game, the first game of every bracket will be an up to 30-minute category. And actually, on the Memerboards, Claire did take the world record this week with a 22:49. I did not check to see if she did that with or without Van, but it was 13 seconds faster than my previous world record of a 23:04.
Nice.
Yeah.
My guess is that she did not.
Yeah, we'll have to see what it looks like. And again, we just have to see whether or not, yeah, poor GDO drawing into the world record holder. Well, to be honest, when they matched up, she was a world record holder, but there you go. Oh, and we already see a difference of routing here. GDO opting to go into Bottle's house. I don't know why he's going in here. He won't be DCWing.
Okay.
Maybe he was already walking on the path before he realized what he was going to do. He will unfortunately eat this cutscene and will be behind Claire because now if you DCW to Inferno, you don't need the van. True.
I bet he was practicing the second category earlier, which he's gonna DCW for.
Yes.
So I think he was autopiloting a little bit there.
Well, that was definitely a big time loss for GDO. He will pick up some time getting first try plateau early there. And Claire opting to go for the sign notes instead of more notes in GGM. This is interesting because GDO is not going for these sign notes. Oh, he is. He just wanted to tag the silo first.
Well, they're both completely whiffing this.
Okay, so this signpost, actually without grip grab, is pretty deceivingly tall.
Yeah.
But here we go. Now they're grabbing hive notes and setting up for GGM early. If you guys want a very important command, you can type !GGM early in the chat. And looks like Claire is struggling just a little bit to line it up. Gets in.
Nice.
GDO looks like he'll be in almost right behind her, but he's struggling too. Oh. There he goes. He's in.
Okay.
All right. And now Claire making her way to Flooded Caverns first. And again, we're already seeing a variance of routes here. GDO grabbing the shoes and immediately going for the green pile notes, which... Oh, and he loses the shoes!
Oh, no!
He jumps into the water and loses the shoes! Oh,
big
no!
risk early on.
What is
Yeah,
going to happen
yeah.
here? Actually, this should be okay. He's got enough notes to grab Bill Drill early.
So he's just going to take the slow path here, grab the notes on the Prospector's hut, and
Yeah, the question is...
learn the move.
Yeah, I guess he's going to be doing Bill Drill through Power Hut first, whereas Claire is going to be grabbing Bill Drill later and doing Flooded Caverns. GDO has been playing Tui. He has been playing Tui. Not as much as Claire, though. I will say that. Claire has been prepping for this match for sure. Ooh, Claire struggling with the lag of the Flooded Caverns here. The Waterfall Cavern, rather.
Okay, that was nice. She played it safe to make sure she didn't fall.
Yeah, very big time loss there if she falls, but she could grab the treble clef.
Okay,
The good
so we're
news
just
is it's
going-
best of 3, so even if somebody chokes the first game, they've got a chance to come back. GDO grabbing the early Globo for the van. Poggers.
We've already both done this. They have to get the van. It's just a matter of whether they use it to get the jiggy or not.
Yeah. I know. I'm just... How much can I actually commentate in this kind of category? You know what I mean? I'm just trying to make conversation. So yeah, maybe some early shakiness from GDO. Okay, Claire grabbing a warp pad there.
Okay, so now she's making her trek for the glitter pile note.
Just got clockworks.
Don't fall, don't fall, don't fall.
I mean, you can skip the van in this category. It's a very, very long category. If you do skip the van, you can you can clockwork warp into Inferno, but man, that's gonna take a while. Okay, so GDO obviously a little behind here. He's coming up on his third Jiggy. Obviously, Claire already with hers, going up for Bill Drill now.
And GDO is out.
GDO is El Dunzo. Oh, GDO is grabbing more in MT. Interesting. He's not even going to go for Flooded Cavern. This is very interesting.
Was that his plan the whole time? I think it was.
I can't imagine it was, but maybe
I think it was
realized.
because he probably was going to grab the glitter pile notes and just do a loop back around, right?
But surely this can't be faster. Why is he going to Pine Grove even? He must be wanting to get...
tag the silo and then warp back to
okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Wooded Hollow,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, either that or, yeah, he's getting grenades for Prison Compound. Yeah, I mean, I guess he has to do Prison Compound, right? Oh, but he's not getting grenades.
He's not even
So wait,
learning
so
them.
what are the 5 he's going to get? Is he going to grab Jinjos? He's going to get Jinjos, Tapa
Lives.
Temple, Slumber, and Bovina. Oh, that is super interesting. Okay, we'll see if it works out for him. Claire will only need to grab 3 Jiggies once she finishes here in
Yeah.
Power Hut. This is very odd timing. I don't know about this 3 and 5 route. I've definitely... So, for those watching, there are probably 7 to 8 different viable 8 Jiggy routes that you can do for Memerboards, but it all depends on the things you need. Like, do you have to grab Jinjos? Do you need grip grab? Do you need grenades? Where are your Jinjos located? Obviously, we have reduced the amount of those routes that are available because, again, they're locked into that old any percent Jinjo pattern. But it's already interesting to see GDO has kind of come up with his own 3 and 5 Jiggy route.
It's a little sketchy there in in Power Hut for Claire, but she made it work.
As long as you don't die in P-Hut, right? I can't
Yeah.
think of anybody who would do that.
Well, I could think of somebody. It used to be me because my old CRT was so bad. Couldn't see anything.
True, Ring Rush. Absolutely true. Hey, Dango, the Jinjo pattern is simply locked in for this tournament because we didn't want anybody to have an unfair advantage either by grinding for a Jinjo pattern or by getting it randomly. On the Memerboards, it is free for all. Use whatever pattern you can find.
Yeah, so if there's some meme Jinjo pattern that's only faster for like one category, go ahead. But have fun grinding for that if you don't have an Everdrive.
Well, that's kind of the crazy part too, is because there is a Jinjo pattern that has white Jinjo in the MT pool. Obviously, the very fastest you could pick up a white Jinjo in MT. But there's also a MT on the GGM rails, which is the fastest one to grab in GGM. So yeah, for the Memerboards, there's a lot of like viable patterns you could use. GDO with a great first try JSG early. Jumps over Jam Jars. Doesn't need him.
Very nice. Claire opening MT.
Claire now opening MT. We just got to see. So what are the 3 Jiggies Claire is going to get? Is she going to grab a Jinjo too? Because she did not get Grenade Eggs to grab like Swamp or something. So she could get top of Temple Bovina, but definitely is still missing one more Jiggy. So she'll have to come in for either White Jinjo or Slumber, I imagine.
I can't think of anything other than just doing JSG early and
getting the
running
Jinjo and resetting. Yeah.
Oh, that's actually something. Resetting and then
warping to Pine Grove. Oh, well, you have to warp back to Wood Hollow, I guess, for the puzzles. Oh, GDO fails the death abuse. He didn't jump quite far enough. Great talent shot there into the Snapdragon. Well, for now, GDO is ahead because he has the... Or no, he's still 1 Jiggy down.
but Claire entering MT.
Oh, wait, no, he's not 1 Jiggy down. He grabbed 2 back there. So, yeah, now he is going to be ahead. There is 6 Jiggies.
6. This is going to be 7 and 8 right here.
Yep.
Oh, wait. What is this? Oh.
Yeah, he's got to get Egg Game for Bovina.
Yeah, but I thought he would probably, like, do Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And look, here we go. Claire's going to be doing the same. Wow, there's 7, and I think GDO might have just pulled out this 8 Jiggy route a little bit better. But will he be tempted to go for Van? There he goes. He's taking the skill shot down to 1.
Yeah,
he's
that's
jumping
right.
off.
This is the strat.
Nice. And look at that, GDO in the lead. Yeah, Claire still has to go into JSG now.
Oh, that's right. They're both doing this strat. They get that that first skill stop that gets them down to 1.
The record is 22-49 by Claire. So Claire with the death warp there.
So now she's just going for Snake. Yeah. Or Jinjo.
Yeah, I think yeah, I definitely think
That's not gonna work, yeah. Shit.
Oh, she is trying to reset it up here.
Yeah.
Not quite up against the doorway though. She's got a
It's
kind of a
it's
weird
rough to
angle. Here
reset
we
it.
go. There we go. That should work.
Okay, nice. Whew. Yeah, when you don't get these jiggies in pairs, they are really big detours.
Why did they get different jiggies? I guess GDO decided it was better. And I mean he is already
thing
through
is,
his GGM puzzle now.
The thing is, with this white Jinjo cutscene, it's almost the same amount of time to just watch it as it is to reset that Claire is doing right now.
Yeah.
And GDO is ending at the entrance of MT, and then he can just run to Jiggy Wiggy. So
Right.
I think it makes sense.
Yeah, GDO definitely, he must have taken some time, did some timings, and yeah, turns out his route is faster. So, good on him.
Man, I just want both of these runners to just commit. Just
Commit to the
absolutely
ban.
commit to the ban with the Jiggy.
Yeah.
We can just see who gets it first.
That would be hype. GDO will have a huge lead going into Witchy World. We are definitely going to see double van. It's just, are we going to see them grab the Jiggy with the van?
Man, if only there was another way to get into the Inferno without the van. We will see something on Saturday.
I wonder what we could possibly use to get into a place before we're allowed to. That will only be shown in the TAS. Man, this just kills me that Claire still has one more puzzle to do. And GDO is entering Witchy World. This race is over pretty soon. Oh my god, Claire can't move the piece.
She honestly got a really crap layout for this Witchy World puzzle.
Yeah. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. We're losing
losing
big
some
frames.
frames.
We're
Power
losing big
pointing.
frames. Okay, we're definitely unsynced for now.
Oh! GDO missed the ledge!
Yeah, seems like the flooded cavern cutscene should have got Grip Gram. Yeah, the two water jiggies in GGM slowed Claire down.
Yeah. Definitely extra loading zones stuff because they both went into Jade Snake Grove, so.
Oh, and Claire reset after finishing the Witchy World puzzle. Even though she's gotta leave and warp out.
Well.
What do we think GDO's gonna do?
That might be faster. I actually don't know. Because in normal runs, people do the Witchy World puzzle and then leave and then run to plateau.
Brad! He's doing it as the van! He did not grab the warp!
Oh!
Or wait, maybe he grabbed it on the way up. He might have grabbed it on the way up.
No, I don't think he did. I don't think
you
he
think
did.
he just jumped straight for it?
I don't think he got it.
Wait, really?
I don't think so.
Okay, well
I
if
thought
he
he was
commits to
making more
the
of a
van,
straighter
if
line.
he commits to the van, Claire just entered Witchy World and she will be right behind him. He's going to the ramp. He's going to the ramp.
He's doing it.
Okay, this could be it.
It's okay if you start sliding. It's okay. You know, you get some time.
Yep.
Usually, it's when you're on a corner that it kind of screws you, and then you can slide and fall off.
Okay, so we're gonna see the jump up here. Let's see if he can get the timing
he
down.
Got up absolutely flawlessly.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Let's see if he can get the timing here. Oh. Yep. I mean, he's got to push up onto that lowest part of the slope. Oh my gosh! He's so close. He's really, really close. Oh! Oh my gosh, this is so crazy. Claire is now the van! Oh, he's joking.
What if GDO
Oh!
gives up?
Well, but Claire has to execute then.
Yeah.
Oh!
Oh, he got
It's
it!
all. Oh, he fell! He gets up and falls! Oh no! Oh no! He's actually tilting. Claire just opened Inferno. World record is still able to be achieved here. He's got about 20 seconds. He's got about 2 more attempts. Oh.
God, dude.
Oh, and he's sliding now.
Sliding. Okay. Okay.
Oh my God, he's
There
so
she
close,
goes.
but here comes Claire.
Is she
Oh
gonna
my
be a
God,
legend?
if Claire pulls this out first try. Oh. She's
on.
sliding, she's sliding.
Oh my
Oh
God.
no! There it is! Time!
Oh, he got it!
Time! Oh my God! I cannot believe how close it was. Wow. Okay,
Come on,
let's
Claire, you
pull
got
him in.
this. Come on. Wow! Oh,
Wow. Oh my gosh. We're gonna let you finish, Claire.
Okay.
Dude, when I made it up,
You don't understand.
started, like, convulsing.
You're just making content.
I thought it was over when I lost.
Yay! GG!
Nice job, man.
How long
that
were-
was so
how-
close.
How long were we both trying to get it?
Okay, she was trying for a lot less than you were, but yeah. She actually got the jump first try, but also fell off like you did, and did not jump
Oh,
over the fence.
Yeah, that was me. Like, except it was like third
When
try for me.
you
Here's something.
finally got up GDO, she was at the top of the tower for the first time as the van.
Oh, okay.
So it was really, really, really close. Nice job, guys. Very fun. GDO, 10 seconds off of Claire's world record, but nice run.
Oh, pog.
Yeah, nice run. You had 22:59, and Claire's world record is a 22:49. Okay.
I just want to make it clear. I asked in the Discord what the fastest route to get 8 Jiggies was, and I was told it was 5 in GGM and 3 in Mayhem Temple. Just wanted to happen.
Well, GDO proved that wrong for sure.
Yeah.
It's definitely not swimming through the sewers.
Yeah, GDO threw that whole thing out the window. real quick. Okay, you guys can go ahead and reset. We're going to have to resync Claire's stream. She dropped some frames, and then we'll get ready for game 2. Okay, if you guys will both restart your...
And
you
if
guys...
I don't need a DCW, I don't get Waterfall, but I always get Power Hut and Generator.
Okay. What do you get in Mayhem Temple?
White Jinjo, Orange Jinjo, top of Temple Bovina. And if I'm not DCWing, instead of Waterfall, I get Slumber. I don't know if that's the fastest thing, but that's usually what I do.
Gotcha.
But it's like what you do depends on like what notes you're getting, how many moves, whether or not you're DCWing or not, kind of thing. But I usually make up the notes by changing my route on like Isla Hags.
Okay, can you guys both restart your timers, and we'll try to sync again from 0?
Dude, my hands are like convulsing. I can't hold them still. I'm shaking so much.
I'm glad you guys both went for it. That was hype.
There was another big mistake I made early that I was just like, oh my god, it's over. Oh my god, it's
Fell
over.
in the water.
No, it was after that. It was that was the first one, but there was something else that I did. I can't remember.
Going through Bottles. You went through Bottles' house?
No, he said
No, I always do
after.
that. Yeah,
Oh,
I always do that.
I thought you said you fell in the water with the running shoes.
Yeah, I did, but after
He said
that.
after that.
Oh, it was I missed the death warp on the after slumber.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I don't think that was such a big deal.
Okay, you guys ready to start
Yeah.
timers? Okay, start timers in 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, right. I fell off the ladder in Witchy World.
Oh yeah, you missed the jump.
That was all muscle memory, and I just jumped and I just didn't hit the ledge. And I was like, really? Also, did you guys see the first fly that I killed at Bovina didn't drop a honeycomb?
I didn't notice.
Yeah, I was kind of weirded out.
I was saying towards the end of MT, or like when you guys were doing puzzles,
Okay, we're
I was
synced.
like, I really want you guys to just both commit to Van Inferno with Van.
And they both
And
did.
and it paid off.
All right, you guys can erase your files and move your Jinjo Manips over, and then we'll get you guys ready for our second race. This one will be a little bit longer. We're doing all honeycombs in Grunty's Industries.
Yeah, I just need a minute to calm myself.
Yeah, no worries.
Same. I was very stressed because I saw you were messing up the van, and I was like almost there.
I didn't have the stream open.
Yeah, you shouldn't have the stream open.
Oh, whoops. I
I
lost
was
anyway.
waiting.
Whoops.
That
Yeah, I
was,
lost anyway.
that was
doesn't
a-
matter.
That was a last minute rule change when
it?
SHM heard me say, if I'm watching the stream. Oh. Hello?
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. I knocked my USB when I was dusting off my PC.
Okay, are you guys both ready to go?
Yes.
Or GDO, you need more of a minute? Okay.
I'm ready. No, I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right, all honeycombs in GI. Hopefully Claire pulls us back. We go to an excellent game 3. All right, we will start game number 2 in 3, 2, 1, go. Good luck, guys.
Good luck, friend.
Hello.
All right. That was a very exciting game 1, Brad.
That was pretty hot, I gotta say.
All right, and the sync is ready to go. Now we've got a little bit more of an advanced category here, obviously with, this category length going up to 60 minutes. What are we going to see here in all honeycombs and GI, Brad?
So DCW to Weldar, right?
I believe that is the move.
That's the idea there.
Yeah.
I don't know much about this route. First off, they have to know where the honeycomb is in floor 3.
They
so
do
that's
need to
really
know where
important.
the honeycomb is on floor 3. And where is the honeycomb in floor 3, Brad?
It's in a box.
It's in a box. That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
So I know some people don't know where it is, but it is in a box on floor 3. And where are the other two that they're going to have to seek out and find?
Well, one's in the train station and one is on the smokestack.
That's right. So they essentially have to be able to go to all 5 floors, which means we're going to see some floor 4 early.
Who's the best person that we've seen at floor 4 early in the various turns
Aaron.
here?
Aaron.
Aaron.
100% Aaron. both times he did it in the Live and Let Bingo tournament, he got it first try.
Not an easy trick.
Always blue.
That's for sure.
It's always blue. Why is it always blue?
GDO giving some commentary over the mic saying it's always blue. He's a little bit tilted. Little does he know, I think Claire also had blue.
Yeah, Claire had a bit of an advantage last time with green.
Okay, so again, leading up to getting into GI, we'll see another 8 Jiggy route. However, this one will be a little bit different because they also have to set up a DCW. So there is a good chance that we're going to see these runners get Detonator Levitation.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask if they if Detonator Levitation is the play when you do DCW. That's the play, right? Is you do that and then you get the glitter pile notes from that side. Yeah.
Claire's struggling a little bit with Red House, but managing to grab it eventually. As GDO goes through the introduction stuff. Both of them getting some time to relax and calm down after that nail-biting finish. And other than floor 4 early, this is a fairly straightforward route after 8 Jiggies. It's just enter Witchy World, learn Split Up. They do need 160 notes for Split Up because it is technically faster to split up and take solo K to a couple solo honeycombs.
But what he was saying earlier, though, earlier today, GDO was talking about this, is that's like just the movement itself in GI was a 4-second difference, not factoring in the note and like the amount of time it takes to learn the move.
Oh,
so,
okay, I see what you're saying.
I'm expecting GDO to not learn Split Up and to take BK into.
Gotcha. Well, we will see what happens. There is one very important move they also have to get in this route, and that is Grip Grab. There is no way to get outside the building after you do floor 4 early other than dropping all the way back down the elevator and opening the front door, unless you have Grip Grab. So they will also probably see some JSG early and grab some early Jiggies in there as well. But those are the things we have to look forward to. Will this potentially come down to floor 4 early? Maybe. But they
Definitely can.
Do need that flight pad active in order to get up to the smokestack.
Okay, so GDO with a nice plateau early.
Going straight
We're
for
heading
GGM
right
early.
in.
Nice.
That was gonna work. Nice
Got in
second
a lot
try.
earlier that time.
After all this tasking I've been doing, I'm like, what the hell is this lag?
Lag in Banjo-Tooie? Why I never.
All right. Straight for our DCW setup.
Yep, this is pretty standard here.
Yep.
Pretty reminiscent of the Legacy Any Percent route, actually.
So no waterfall.
He could be doing Waterfall right after this. Right? He Death Warps, comes back to Lumbus Tent. Grab some more green pile notes.
Yeah, okay, they're both doing that.
They are freeing the saucer box for the first part of DCW. A very importante. I can't believe they're not doing the bid clip into Toxic Waste.
Honestly, a great decision to ban bit clips and Memerboards.
Oh,
Because
absolutely.
some of them are just like absolute craziness. Like maybe have a bit clip separate like leaderboard for it or something if people really wanted to. But
Yeah, I think ultimately we just decided that it was more fun to ban them, especially because some of the people that were using them literally claimed that they were only using them to snipe points rather than for the competitive aspect of it, which I guess you could say was still within competitive spirit, but I don't know, just seemed a little wrong to me. That's why I personally brought it up. And it turns out the majority was with me. They did not want to be doing bit clips in random 10 to 20 minute categories.
alright, both the nice first try levitation.
GDO grabbing the rest of the notes that he needs for Build Drill. Claire right behind him, actually. All things considered, not doing too bad.
And so build drill is like basically just to get the flight pad and MT, right?
Yes.
Just it, yeah.
Yep. Because you have to go to MT, you got to be able to grab some jiggies, and having the flight pad open just makes that way easier. Obviously, you could do 2 jiggies in MT without the flight pad, but again, just having the flight pad open makes it much easier.
Yeah. And when the notes are so fast. Little trouble here from Claire, falling into the river. Oh, and a nice
misses the
laggy
rock.
build drill.
GDO missing the rock in Gloomy Cavern. So yeah, so I wonder if Claire is going to change up her A Jiggy route now with GDO and kind of do something similar. He did do Detonator Levitation, so he'll only need 4 Jiggies this time, right?
Yeah, he explained it to her pretty quickly there, and I mean, it's hard to change it so quickly.
Yeah. So GDO will have 4 here after P-Hut. And then we'll probably see the same 4 that he got originally. And he'll just be able to skip Bovina.
Yeah, go. It was very close.
It was very close. It was less than a minute apart. And they both got it with the van.
I think it was less than 30 seconds apart.
Even better.
Okay, learning on our fire eggs. Still haven't seen a bonk yet.
Thank God for that. Although, to be fair, like, neither of them learned hardly any moves the first one. They learned
Yeah.
fire eggs and egg game.
Build drill.
And build drill, yes. Now they're going to learn at least grip grab.
Is that a strat that Claire does? Is build drill there just to get?
Just to have
Sight?
some vision. It's
She
definitely
did it
possible.
in both. She did it in both races.
Maybe her CRT is...
It's making me think it's not an accident.
Maybe her CRT is a little monka. Oh yeah, they also have to learn grenades for
Yes.
for floor 4 early.
Yep.
Yep, we are going to see quite a few more jam jars cutscenes. All right, now it's back to Jiggy Wiggy for some puzzle time. Claire definitely still in this. Even though she is behind, we have to keep in mind floor 4 early is not a gimme. It is a frame perfect trick. Or you know, you can say that you have 2 frames to get it if you want to, but you know, it's still pressing Z on the right frame. But I have seen people get it on 1 frame early. In fact, Claire prepping this week for this race did get it yesterday 1 frame early. So we will see what happens when we get to floor 4 early, but that is ultimately going to be the deciding factor in this race.
First bonk.
And there's
I
the
cursed
first bonk of the tournament.
Oh!
Oh my god.
She saved it.
This wrong
Saved
little
it.
angle, but stays out of the water.
Okay, so she's about a minute behind GDO right now.
Mm-hmm. Not too bad. Definitely still in this. Plus, we do both have to see these guys fight Weldar, Brad. And
This is true.
we do know what happened in the last tournament. Somebody died to Weldar. So, anything could happen. If somebody dies to Weldar, that is most likely the end of the run for them. Because it would need either to bit clip in from JRO, which is, again, banned, or 28 jiggies. And let me tell you, it takes quite a bit to get 28 jiggies.
Definitely see these runners being very safe fighting Weldar.
Yep.
Not taking that hit intentionally to speed up the fight.
Yep. Well, especially because the one thing you don't want to do, right, is even after you beat Weldar, is be low on health and then still die. Because if they die in GI, they will come back to GGM, and it will be the end of their run.
Yep. Especially if they do not split up. I think if you split up and then you die, even as BK, I think you're good.
If you split up and you die as a solo character, you'll at least come back to the solo pads. But if they recombine and die after splitting up, they will go back to GGM.
They will. Okay, I'm trying to remember.
Yep.
I don't play around with DCW very much.
They will go back to GGM. It is a very, very scary category. Just like all these categories are, realistically, right? Like one accidental death. There's one slip of the fingers, and it all goes downhill from here. GDO again with another great beak bomb into JSG early. Definitely extending his lead if Claire continues to not nail it. He is up to 5 jiggies. Will be getting 6 with Slumber. Oh, no, he's not getting Slumber. He's going to get Orange Jinjo's Bovina. And
oh, no, that's right. Because he was talking about that earlier.
He
was saying if he DCWs, because he get Waterfall as detonator, now he's not needing to get Slumber Jiggy. Oh, no.
But he only has 5 jiggies. Oh, yeah. You're right.
So he gets
Top of Temple, Bovina,
Yeah.
Orange Jinjos. Yeah.
top. Yeah. Yep. Good.
Well, they are allowed to DCW to Toxic Waste Ring Rush. However, that takes 14 Jiggies. So they would need more Jiggies in addition to the 8 Jiggy route. So usually we're not going to see a lot of people go for that. Unless they're just so straight up scared of Weldar.
Yeah, truly unfortunate that most of the DCW locations GI are pretty unapproachable. Clinkers soft locks the game. I think Packing Room also soft locks the game, right? Or no, it doesn't. But then you get stuck in there. Yeah.
Packing Room, you don't even load in. It's just soft locks.
I can't remember. Even if you did get in there, then you would just not be able to leave.
Yeah. And Clinkers, yeah, fails. So the only acceptable place is Weldar. Claire still is doing okay. She isn't so far behind that it's over. Wow, GDO almost with a 90 GGM. Oh, and Claire is grabbing extra notes for split up.
Okay. So she must
Which again
not
is
have,
fine. Split up is the safer route.
She must not have played around with the timing. GDO was kind of meticulously playing around with that earlier. So.
Well, it's important to know that, all of my routes that I've put on the Memerboards, they're by no means the end-all be-all for routes.
Yeah, most of them were made at the lake house.
That's not true either, but that's not true at all, actually. But, I've had nobody to check them. So, now we're seeing people check, and, unfortunately for Claire, she scheduled her match first and didn't get to see others necessarily mess around with the timing, or GDO potentially mess around with the timing against another opponent. But, yeah, my routes are not necessarily going to be the fastest. They're just what I came up with at the time. And ultimately, with the amount of 8 Jiggy routes that are available, yeah, it came down to people doing their own research, and GDO definitely undertook that and has come up with a couple routes for himself, at least for these categories. But it still is not too bad. She's only a puzzle behind, and floor 4 early again, like we said, not a gimme. GDO will have a little bit of a lead going into GI, but by no means is this race over.
Yep, that's about the same difference we saw in the last race.
Yep. Claire managing to hold her own, which is also very nice to see. So GDO opting not to go for split up here. He will not have the option to have that additional safety in GI. He's strictly going for the speed, which is more than fine. Wish him the best and hope that he doesn't necessarily crack under pressure, fall off the smokestack.
GI is definitely a scary level to not die in after you DCW.
Agreed. First things first, you got Weldar.
Any of the CCL DCW categories are also extremely scary.
Yes. Yes. Very, very easy to die in CCW, or CCL rather. And CCW, but different game. Alright.
BK1. This is BK2.
I know. This is Super Banjo-Kazooie 2, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, Electric Boogaloo.
Mr. Fit Jiggy as grand finals would be an absolute pog.
Mr. Fit Jiggy is in the pool, but only in the game 3 through 5 pool. Okay, GDO setting up his DCW to Weldar. Claire making her way into Witchy World. We'll be spending a little bit of extra time in here grabbing Split Up, but we'll be safer in GI. A 100% fitness challenge is not in the Memerboard's pool for this tournament. The tournament only goes up to 120-minute categories. In fact, I venture to say that the longest category that is available is all Cheeto pages. Because all Cheeto pages is about 152, 151-ish. That takes a bit. Low percent is also not in the Memerboard's pools. Any percent fitness challenge, I believe, is not in the pool as well.
What about max percent moveless?
Max percent moveless is not in the pool.
Dang.
There are... I have to remember now. There are a lot of categories in the pools. I know I've said like 5 now that aren't, but there are almost 200 categories available.
Nice shot. Player resetting, and GDO about to be in Weldar here.
And Weldar is crawling out now for the second time.
Yeah, now we get to watch this lovely cutscene again.
Will we see a dangerous, dangerous fight here? Or will GDO play it safe and grab the extra health? Well, he did leave the honeycomb on the ground there.
Nice. Wait. What's the for?
Just that he decided to go down to 2 health there.
Yeah, that's okay.
I know.
He's pretty confident.
Yeah. It's fine.
Oh, he wanted to talent trot C up there, and then he decided against it. Oh God, is this gonna work? Okay, he abandoned the idea.
Oh God. He's just being super safe now.
Okay, yeah. He abandoned it. He was like, wait, I'm not set up properly.
All right, Weldar is dead. Managed to
Nice.
survive.
Fight.
Again, Claire is just right behind him. Now we get some great DCW music. Bum, 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 bum. All right, GDO's finally making his way out. Oh my gosh, Claire is getting pegged! Already took 2 electric bolts. Hopefully she gets the quick kills here. There we go. Oh, I like the pecs.
Nice word choice.
She has 3 health. She can't do this!
Yeah, it just takes you down to 1.
Oh my god.
It doesn't do 4 damage.
No, I thought it did
takes you
3
down-
damage. Oh, she gets gulped. She was too close.
It just takes you down to 1.
There we go. Okay, she's in the same spot that GDO is. GDO on his way to search for those honeycombs now, making the nice long trek into GI train station. We could see a Trinam level 4-4 early from GDO. There's the grip grab to keep him up top. Claire, you missed a nut! Or a washer, rather. Alright. GDO's just got to climb up now.
She's taking the hit.
He is taking the hit. Down to 1.
And the health is on the
electricity.
electricity.
Hopefully she's not. Whew.
Okay.
Alright, very good. Weldar dead. 0 runners dying to Weldar today. Very nice. GDO doing his best to make us as motion sick as possible.
Mentally preparing himself for.
I don't think either of them had gold feathers, Ring Rush.
Yeah, you don't really collect feathers. I guess you can at the top of the pile. All right, here we go.
Alright, it all comes down to this. GDO pausing way early right now. He's just trying to get a feel for the timing. Claire not grabbing any health. There's a frame early.
That was close.
Oh, he didn't go for it. Still pausing a bit early here. Oh, he's really, really lining it up. Like we said, ladies and gentlemen, the race was never over. There's 1 frame early again. Oh, he
Talon
didn't go
trot
for it,
into the
though.
loading zone. Claire, she's at 1 health though. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Flutter! Oh my god.
Get away from the governor.
So this is okay, at least. She's sending
Yeah.
okay over there, and when
Yep.
they recombine, they'll have health.
Yep.
GDO. He is still here at 4-4 early. There's 1 frame early again. He doesn't go for it, though. 1 frame early again. He doesn't go for it.
One frame
Man,
late.
and this is just giving Claire all the time she needs.
Frame late.
I wonder how his hands are looking. He said his hands were nice and sweaty. Doing the van.
GDO is channeling his inner Michael J.
Oh
Fox
no!
right now.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh, there it is!
That's it.
He got it. All right, here we go. He's just got to hit the flight pad. He's got to get the Trinan honeycomb, and he's got to get out and fly up. What? What? Were you laughing at your own joke, Michael
No,
J.
the
Fox
the
joke? Oh, the
Trinan
Trinan
honeycomb.
box. Okay.
No.
There we
God,
go, Claire.
dude,
Nice.
bless.
All right.
That is such a fucking hard jump.
Yep.
And he gets the grip grab.
He gets the grip grab. He is an Asmi. All right. Dropping down immediately for the flight pad.
Imagine if he did the thing where he forgot that he's playing Tui and he just held the
He
stick while
just
he
held the
was ground
stick.
pounding.
Well, he would have a chance to be saved by the Dragunda, but it is not
That's
guaranteed
true.
that it pulls you under. Oh, he even does the dive! He even does the dive! That was nice. Oh, now what if he just beak bombed there?
Beak busted all the way down, yeah.
Okay, Claire is a little bit behind the button even. I don't even know if this works. I
No,
think it
she's aiming
technically
right
does.
on it.
Is she?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. We're so close. She
There it
does
is.
get it, but it's a little too late. Here comes GDO, and boom! It's time. All right. All right, GG's.
I was waiting for that.
I miss hearing that.
Man, Claire again executing the trick a little faster than GDO, and by a little I mean a lot. But GDO just having enough of a lead to where he pulls it out.
Do you guys like how I got the first frame like 4 times in a row?
I was wondering if by the third time if you were just gonna shoot it, but you never did.
You got the first frame a lot, and then you got the last frame like
Yeah.
3 or 4 times.
I was never gonna shoot
For
it in this
the-
category, not
The
when
afterwards frame.
dying kills
Not
the
when
run.
dying kills you, yeah. It's good we're seeing, yeah, I mean, you guys both had, well, guys both you were using similar Weldar strats. And then, right, yeah.
Yeah, I messed up well a little.
I don't go for the insta squish when the floor tiles are electrocuted. Maybe in like a run, but in a race, it's just dying is just way too easy.
Oh, yeah, and then you have a
was
nice beak bomb through the honeycomb too. That was nice.
Yeah, I do that in 100% too. So
Oh gosh, Claire, this jump is so scary. Okay.
Yeah.
oh, are you doing that jump with 1 health?
No, she was jumping off the top of the roof all the way down to the floor
Oh,
free window.
yeah. Ooh, I don't know if I like that.
But she got it. She got it.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it sounds like it was still pretty close.
This,
How long did floor 4 early take you, Claire?
She
too
got
bad.
it
It was like
4th or 5th try.
Wow. Mine was like 20th.
Damn.
20th. I think you had like a few more than that.
Or
but
more.
That was good.